Momentum is a property of a moving object, mass in motion. The change in momentum is the difference between an object's final and initial momentum. Momentum represents how much motion an object has. Change in momentum represents how much the object's motion has changed. Momentum is calculated by multiplying the mass and the velocity, p equals m times v. The change in momentum is calculated by finding the difference between the final momentum and initial momentum. If the velocity of an object changes, then the momentum of the object will also change. This is usually when a collision occurs. The momentum of an object will change if a resultant force acts on an object. Given that the mass remains constant, then the change in momentum will be because of a change in velocity. Change in momentum is called impulse. Let's look at how the questions come in the exams. Make sure you know the definition of momentum. Also, remember that momentum is a vector. Use the formula sheet to remember the definition of momentum. Make sure the mass is in kilograms and the velocity is in meters per second. Since momentum is a vector, remember to mention the direction. When an object changes direction, the initial velocity and the final velocity must have different signs. Alright, let's dive into our first question. Calculate the momentum of an object with a mass of 30 kilograms, moving at 3 meters per second to the east. To find the momentum, we use the formula P equals m times v, so that's 30 times 3, which equals 90 kilogram meters per second. Moving on to question 2, calculate the momentum of a tennis ball with a mass of 60 grams, moving at 2 meters per second. Again, we'll use the formula P equals m times v. Here, we need to convert the mass into kilograms, so that's 60 divided by 1000 and then multiply by 2. This gives us 0.12 kilogram meters per second. Now for question 3, we need to convert 120 kilometers per hour to meters per second. To do this, we divide 120 by 3.6, or you could multiply 120 by 1000 and then divide by 3600. Either way, you get 33.33 meters per second. Finally, question 4. A ball with a mass of 0.45 kilograms reaches a player at 7 meters per second. He kicks it back at 10 meters per second. We need to calculate the change in momentum. Remember, when an object changes direction, the initial velocity and the final velocity must have different signs. Choose a direction as positive. The change in momentum, delta p, is given by m times the final velocity minus the initial velocity. So that's 0.45 times negative 10 minus 7, which equals negative 7.65 kilogram meters per second. In the opposite direction, this is 7.65 kilogram meters per second.